Everything is about to change for the Yankees as we just received multiple updates on the Yankees offseason blueprint, with this one Yankees insider hinting at some moves that you may not expect from the ball club. I'll break it all down here on another episode of Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest to deliver all the news and updates surrounding the New York Yankees as we get ready for the winter meetings in the next couple of days. December 7th is the start of the MLB winter meetings, and we're going to have all the coverage here on Yankees Digest. But before we get into this video, we're currently at 10,035 subscribers on the channel. Our goal is to reach 10,500 by the end of the winter meeting. So if you're tuning into this video and you haven't hit that subscribe button, you better subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified of all of our videos. We are going to have so much coverage throughout the winter meetings. Any breaking news, any sort of move that the New York Yankees make is going to be right here on Yankees Digest. But getting right into this video, as we talk about the Yankees offseason approach. And Jack Curry is a Yes Network analyst, a well-known Yes Network analyst, and he has been someone who has kind of breaking down the Yankees blueprint for the offseason trade deadline, whatever it comes up with the Yankees and making moves. Jack Curry is pretty much the number one guy that a lot of people listen to outside of obviously Brian Cashman. And when it comes to MLB is Jeff Passan. But, Jack Curry is very in tune with what the Yankees do on a daily basis. And he had his normal episode of Hot Stove this off season, his first episode of Hot Stove, talking with Cam Schlittler, and he also just hinted at some moves surrounding, the Yankees offseason. I want to just kind of break it down. This was in regards to Yankee Report on X, talking about some notes from Hot Stove, talking about how the Yankees are cautiously optimistic on Bellinger, but Grisham's $22 million could impact their appetite to add him. Plus, Boris is his agent. If they do get him, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones could be dealt. So that's an interesting note to talk about with Cody Bellinger. They still believe in Anthony Volpe. They feel like more is in the tank. Caballero and Cabrera will get at bats in his place when Volpe is just recovering from his injury. So Jose Caballero and Oswaldo Cabrera, they can have the ability to take over that spot if they do really well. They still believe in Volpe, but if you're going to have someone like Caballero and Cabrera, and if they're doing really well, you're not going to take the hot bat out of the lineup. And then don't expect a signing of a big name reliever. So the Yankees have been kind of, they lost Devin Williams. They were, rumored to go after Edwin Diaz. Jack Curry doesn't believe that the Yankees will be going after Edwin Diaz, but you never know what really happens. And then Yarbrough will enter the season as a starter and then go into the bullpen as a long relief. So these are a lot of notes surrounding the Yankees offseason approach. Obviously, the big one is Cody Bellinger, trying to see where he is going to be at in the offseason. Definitely the Yankees are in a pay gap right now with Cody Bellinger. They haven't really agreed on the salary. They do agree that they want to be back in the Bronx, both Bellinger and the New York Yankees. But when it comes down to the money, the Yankees are very far apart with Cody Bellinger and Scott Boras. And this is interesting to talk about with the Yankees offseason approach with Cody Bellinger, saying instead of setting out the breadcrumbs for any Yankees excitement, Curry instead noted that when the season ended, Cody Bellinger was their clear top priority. Now, with Grisham's money in the fold and Bellinger due to have expensive suitors, he no longer sounded certain that the Yankees would be willing to pay the price, and mentioned Jason Dominguez / Spencer Jones as potential alternatives. And this is something where when you look at this Yankees team and you look at what is missing, it is definitely in left field. You obviously have Trent Grisham and Aaron Judge manning the center field and right field positions individually, but that left field spot is a big question mark. We've talked about it. Jason Dominguez, not really good with the bat, and really a liability on defense. So that's a big question mark coming into the 2026 season, that if Jason Dominguez, if he wants to have that spot, he is going to have to be in left field. And then Spencer Jones, he is obviously he did really well in AA and AAA last year, and he is ready to go to the major leagues. But do they want to put him in left field, or do they feel like he's a better position somewhere else? So I think Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, they're obviously going to be on the docket to go into that left field spot. It's just going to be what Brian Cashman and what Aaron Boone is looking at for this Yankees left field spot, because we definitely want to not have a hole at the left field spot with their defense, because Jason Dominguez hasn't done well with defense. Spencer Jones, we haven't really seen of what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. His offensive bat is phenomenal, but with his defense, we don't really know at this point. And I just wanted to kind of give it to you guys regarding my offseason wish list, just to talk about, 4 things that I really want the New York Yankees to address in this offseason. The number one thing is re-sign Cody Bellinger / sign Kyle Tucker. When you're looking at that left field spot and you're looking at the outfield spot, you can't just go, especially in Aaron Judge's prime right now and trying to win a championship in 2026. You can't have unknowns, because that's what happened with the third base spot last year. Hey, we'll just fill it out. We'll just throw someone in there, Oswaldo Cabrera. We may have Oswald Peraza. That didn't work out, and the Yankees really needed to go and give up prospects to get Ryan McMahon at third base. So you didn't address it, and it really was a liability and really was a hole in your lineup that, all of us were talking about during the season. So if you want to really shore up that spot in left field and you don't want any question marks, re-sign Cody Bellinger or sign Kyle Tucker. Just make that big move and just solidify your outfield to be just consistent. Grisham in center field, Aaron Judge in right field, Kyle Tucker / Cody Bellinger in left field. No question marks. You're going to have good defense. You're going to have good offense. Just get that done. And then the second thing is go all in on Tatsuya Imai. Tatsuya Imai right now, San Francisco Giants are kind of out, like on the outside looking in with Tatsuya Imai, because he hasn't been able to, with the salary expectations right now. The Giants aren't really meeting what Tatsuya Imai really wants. I think the Yankees, they have a lot of money. Obviously, Hal Steinbrenner said they don't really have a lot of money, but they do. They do have a lot of money. Go all in on Tatsuya Imai. Add another Japanese pitcher to the mix to this Yankees rotation. There's a lot of, question marks with how Gerrit Cole is going to be when he comes back. Yarbrough is going to start off as a starter, but you gotta really solidify your top 5 guys in this rotation as Gerrit Cole is getting back, Clark Schmidt is getting back, and trying to, just really find a consistent pitcher that can pitch in big games. And then the number 3 is add a reliable bullpen arm. I know the Yankees are not going to really go after a guy like Edwin Diaz, but they're going to try to get another reliever who can be a good setup option for David Bednar, because right now you don't really have that. I mean, Luke Weaver, he's a free agent right now. The Yankees, he's trying to go for a starter position, not a bullpen position. Devin Williams left to the New York Mets, so now you have to add another reliable bullpen arm to really help out in the back end of that bullpen. And then number 4 is make an unexpected splash move. And when I talk about an unexpected splash move, it's something that the Yankees, or not the Yankees, the MLB would not think the Yankees would make. I think it's something where it reminds me of when you look at Garrett Crochet last year with the Boston Red Sox. That was an unexpected splash move by the Boston Red Sox, and it really helped out their team. Even with losing Rafael Devers last year when he got traded to the San Francisco Giants, you knew that you had a bona fide ace star pitcher in Garrett Crochet to really dominate every single time he was on the mound. He dominated the Yankees, and in that wild card game, he really dominated the Yankees. That led the Red Sox to get a 1-0 series lead. Obviously, the Yankees won that wild card series, but Garrett Crochet was a big part in why the Red Sox were able to get to the playoffs, minus Rafael Devers leaving for the San Francisco Giants, traded during the season. So when you're looking at a big splash move for the New York Yankees, obviously I would love to have a Tariq Skubal or a Paul Skeens type of trade, but I definitely think that there is something up, the Yankees sleeves right now. They're not really talking about a lot of regarding splash moves. I think there's going to be something that is going to drop during these winter meetings that we're not going to expect, but we are going to love from this New York Yankees team. And it all goes down to Brian Cashman. I mean, this is probably one of the most important off seasons in modern Yankees history. I mean, you have Aaron Judge right now. He just won his third MVP award. He is not getting any younger. I've said it over and over again. You don't know when the success is going to take a drop off with Aaron Judge. We hope that it's not in the next 3 to 4 years, but it's going to happen at some point because, he's getting into his mid 30s at this point. So you're going to have to expect a little bit of drop off, whether it's, he isn't able to go in the outfield or his bat isn't as potent with the average as he has done the past 2 seasons. So you're going to have to really take advantage of this window at this point. And then when we're kind of looking at just this rotation and this bullpen, you obviously need to add a reliable bullpen arm. I've obviously mentioned it. Fernando Cruz can definitely be a setup option for right now, but you're going to have to definitely add another bullpen piece to this back end of the bullpen. And then when we look at this rotation, I think another starter would really help. I think just having depth at starting pitching, you obviously have Luis Heel and Will Warren, but we all know they're not the dominant guys that we really expected Luis Heel to be after he won the AL Rookie of the Year last year. And Will Warren has shown some flashes, but he is not someone who you really want to rely on day in and day out. So another starter would definitely help a long way for the New York Yankees and another bullpen arm. But, I definitely think that there's a lot of things that the Yankees are going to look at. Signing Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker is going to be priority number one. If you're not able to get one of those guys, it is going to be very scary going into 2026, not knowing what you're going to have in left field. I know there's promise with Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez, but right now the Yankees are wanting to solidify that spot to go and run the table for a championship in 2026. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Wanted to raise the question to you guys in regards to, I made a wish list. Who is on your wish list for the Yankees to add this offseason? Comment your thoughts down below. Want to know what you think regarding the Yankees and where you want to go. What direction do you guys want to go for the New York Yankees moving forward? But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We're going to have coverage throughout the winter meetings coming up real soon. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and let's go Yankees.